Hello, everybody, and welcome to Noobs R Us GT3 Rookie Series Season 8, Race 1 at Watkins, Glen. I'm your host, Jeremy Cubbage. I am co-commentating with Tony Danzig whenever he joins in, hopefully shortly. With that said, we do also have a Spanish channel, so if you speak Spanish more fluently than English, feel free to go check that out, twitch.tv/Nitso. That's NIITS0. And you can talk with Nico over there. We have a shared chat, so whatever you say over there will show up over here and vice versa. We are seeing some drivers still out on track. It is just the end of practice, so we do have a grid of about 30 drivers. I think 29 is what we have. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. We're going to move over here into the qualifying session here shortly. It will be 2 30-minute races and no pit stops required tonight. This is the first race. We do expect to see some decent bonks tonight because we got a lot of new drivers. So the drivers are about to go out of the pits now. And there they go. They're leaving the pits as we see. Watch some of these drivers as they go. Looks like 997 is the first one out. That would be R.L. Brown and the Wreck 'em Race team BMW. I do have some information up on screen. On the left side, you will see the times of, especially during the race. This will be the interval and their last lap times on the left side. What car, the driver name, what position they're in. And then on the right side of the screen, you're going to see the track map. Beneath that will be their qualifying times. So you'll be able to see how close these drivers are just based on the card length kind of thing. So we'll see that as we go. Once again, these drivers are starting to get on track. We may see a slowdown from some of these drivers in the middle of the pack to build space between themselves. And yeah, they are coming through the toe now for the boot here. Our number 8. R.L. Brown is going to be the first one to get a proper lap in. Probably he'll be the one to cross the start-finish line first, at least. So there is that. So you are going to see in chat once again. Not the Sneaky Man says Chase. You are going to see some Spanish in chat once again. That will be on Nico's stream. So we will have shared chat. I don't know if we'll do that again for next stream. We are shared so that you guys can see that he's there and that he's streaming the same thing, just with Spanish commentary. So, all right, Brown is coming through the final corner now, down the front straight. He's going to be on a valid lap starting now. Zizo, I didn't know Zizo. Is that Jalal? Hello, Jalal. Miss you guys. Miss you. Why aren't you here? Why aren't you racing? Also, 10 minutes ago, we got Potts TTV following us. Thank you, Potts. Mr. Potts Weaver. B Sizzle 1984 followed 5 minutes ago. Thank you. Gavman followed an hour ago. Thank you for the follow. 19 hours ago, Matt Walker. And then the last one was 16 days ago. So we have had a couple extra followers between our last race and now. Yeah. Once again, Brown is out on track. He is coming up to, who is that? Car number 2? So we got another driver ahead of him. That's not car number 2. That's car number... I'm trying to figure out who I'm looking at because there's kind of a difference here. So 67. Ryan Chanley. You see the yellow flags. We are coming up to some slowing down here. So these drivers are coming up to him. And I want to just go back here. This is unfortunate. R.L. Brown got out so early, he's going to be in the mix here if these guys don't start going. So they did their outlap slowdown. Soldier PC, you're going back home for the next 3 months. You'll disappear for a while. No, we don't want you disappearing. The drivers are on their outlap slowdown still. Brown is trying to get a lap in. There he goes. He is going to get a valid lap. Doesn't look like he was held up too much, which is good. First valid lap, 148.277. think we have a couple other laps on track, but those are just out laps, so we'll see what happens with them. 148.277. You can see on that right side of the screen, he has taken that first place slot, moved into second, as Glenn Jacobs beats his time by a car length and a half, it looks like. And then Patrick Ramos taking that time as well. If the other chat, because once again, we do have Spanish going on in the background, if that gets kind of in the way, let me know and we can turn that off. Tony Danzig, you should just be able to join in, huh? I'll get you in here. Get Tony in here, guys. Everybody welcome Tony Danzig to the chat. Tony, hello.
Hello, everybody. All you race
Tony.
people. It's Tony.
My guy, Tony.
That guy.
We do have some different some changes to this season, changes of camera angles and that kind of thing. Tony will be in here practicing those for whenever he's streaming, because he will be streaming some upcoming series. They're kind of secretive right now. You can find out more information by just chatting with people in the Discord. But
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being back on the stream.
I'm excited to have you back on the stream as well. With that said, Alan Mackey has put down a time and is now in the pits, 146 flat. Patrick Ramos still trying to beat that time with 146.7. He's only up 1/10 right now. Tyler Plunkett is up a whole second on his time. He's done a 147.1. If he's able to hold that as he comes through the second sector right now, and keep up a second or more, he may move up into first place or so.
What we're looking at today is that the TV app?
The ACC TV, that is what I'm using, yes.
I like what I'm looking at here. I like how it shows the fastest time, where everybody's at, and I really like the thing on the right-hand side of the screen where it shows the position of the cars and how close they actually are. That's really cool.
So you're seeing something else that I'm not seeing. Are you in broadcasting? Where are you at?
I'm just.
You're on the left side. The left side of the screen for me is where it shows how close they are. A little map.
Oh, little maps on the right. I'm showing the. I'm just on the Twitch stream.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's no change on there from what the ACC TV stuff. So, you will get some information that will be different than what you see on my stream. That is from what's the name of it? Race Lab is what that is. So, but we'll go over what you can have on your stream at a later time, and let's just enjoy the commentary tonight. Potts Weaver has moved up with a 144.9. He is in the pits. Once again, Potts Weaver probably doesn't belong in the AM split, so he'll probably be moving. Is this a DLC track? This is a all DLC tracks, most of them, yes, for the whole season. Yeah. We've had to change up all of the seasons, which is unfortunate. Meaning that there's going to be DLC in each season now. So, after the season. So it looks like Alex Lives is now in second place with a 145.0, just behind Potts Weaver. He goes up the hill towards turn 4, down the back straight, in that bright yellow Mustang. I said,
hope everybody's having a great day today so far.
Yeah,
I know I'm excited for some racing.
You've had a long day at work and jumped straight home to do some racing, huh?
Heck yeah, I did.
All right, so taking a look, we do have some improvements on time. We got Miguel Cicerón. He's in 8th place currently, coming through the toe. He does have drivers around him, as you can see there. But he's trying to make an improvement. Looks like he slipped a little bit, but he is up almost a whole second. 0.8 seconds is what I'm showing. We may see that change. His best lap was a 146.8. His last lap was a 47.5. So he is trying to make an improvement, get back into that. He is slipping again. Too early on the throttle twice in a row. He's still up on his time, though. The 46.8, losing that 6/10 could move him up significantly. 2-3 positions to be in the top 5. We'll have to see what happens as he comes through the final 2 corners now. Still up almost a half a second. It's not going to be that great of an improvement at this point. So he may move up 1 position. There he goes up into 7th place. He's definitely got some room to improve. Let's move down the grid here and look at Lizzie Alisea. She's up a whole second on her time. Her best lap was a 51.6. That was her last lap. So she's looking for the 50s now. In 26th currently. 27th, somebody just overtook her, so. I just realized I have no music playing and I don't know what's going on with that. At least it is like super duper quiet.
Super duper.
Yeah, super duper. All right, so Lizzie has lost all that time in that first sector. Kevin Woolhams. This is actually not the Woolhams that we met at Coda. This is his uncle.
Oh.
So, but I like to call him brother, so he's his brother uncle, his brunkle, if you will.
His brunkle.
Yep. He's making an improvement on his time as he's coming through the final corner now, 6/10 up. He's done a 150.7. 6/10 will improve his time, but it will not improve his position. He's about to cross the start-finish line, staying in 27th place. Phil Dixon is just now entering the boot, going through the toe now. Turn 7 is up 1.2 seconds on his time. His fastest, once again, 148 flat. 1.1 second improvement could move him up into the top 10. So he's in 22nd right now, and he does have that ability to move up.
Looks like Mr. Alex Lives is currently putting down a faster lap than what he has currently, if I'm looking at this graph right.
He has done a 44.7 with no improvement right now. He's on point with his fastest, is what I'm seeing. With that said, I want to see where Phil Dixon moves to. Oh, he is invalid, but we will not see an improvement by him. So,
small improvement for Mr. Lives.
You're using ACC TV right now, correct, Tony?
Yes, sir.
So you see that D between, it says like laps, loc, and then D, and then current?
Yes,
if it is green, they're valid. If it's gray, they're invalid. If it's red, they're slow. Ooh, we're seeing some bonking going on by Phil Dixon through turn 1. He needs to get out of the way. His cars are starting to come around. There we go. Isan Gok is up a whole second on his time as he goes into the boot now. He's slipping. That was the most commentator curse thing I have ever done. Right when we move on to him, he crashes into a wall.
Oh, you hate to see it.
We do. That Chief guy, a new guy to our series, has joined us. He's in 20th currently. 47.8 is his fastest time. He is up on his time as he goes down the back straight into the bus stop chicane. Flying over those curbs, making it look like he knows what he's doing.
He's
Still
cooking.
Gaining some time. We've got 8 minutes left in qualifying, so we still have a lot of room to improve from all of these drivers. A lot of time to do so. He's missing his apex there, but he is gaining time here, so we'll see. Looks like he may have had a bad lap or two. We'll see what happens as he comes into the toe now. Up the hill. Through one of the final straights between turn 7 and 8. Looks like he was off track for just a moment there, so he is invalid at this point. He again is going to have to look at try and improve in the next lap. Moving to Brian. Ooh, how do you say that name? P19. Brian Generet? Say that one out loud.
Maybe it's got one of those like hyphens over one of the letters.
Generet. All right. Well, we'll have to ask him. I don't know. He is making improvement on his time though. 4/10 up. An improvement for him. 4/10 could move him up potentially into the top 15. Currently in 19th.
I just got to bring this to attention here. Look at Glen Jacobs up in 7th place. What a fast boy now.
Glenn has been doing an awesome job improving and racing in the ORL series, and he's in split 6, I believe, and he's fighting for first with his team, his Wreckham Race team teammate Mike Cook.
Nice.
So they are fighting for first place, I believe, or at least a podium. So he's doing awesome. We're happy to have him here. We're happy to have him part of WRT and Noobs R Us. So he's doing awesome.
Yeah, he is. He's improved drastically. That's impressive.
Absolutely.
But that's what we're all about here at Noobs, you know? Make it faster.
Yep. Speaking of WRT drivers, we got Tyler Plunkett in 13th, up a half a second as he comes through the heel now. A half second improvement can move him up 2 to 3 positions. We'll have to see what happens as he comes down the final straight now. 4/10 up. He is behind his teammate, Ryan Brooks. Is that who that is ahead of him? I can't really tell. I think it is. Ryan Brooks. No, that is not. That's who he's behind in time, but not currently on track. Crossing the start-finish line, 4/10 up, moving from 13th into... No, he was invalid, so he stays in 13th. We are still seeing some improvements, but a lot of people are just happy with their time and they're sitting in the pits at this point. Alex Lives, or Lives, however you want to say that, is still in first. Potts Weaver was out on track in second. 44.8 for him, 44.6 for Alex Lives. Shadow Governor is in the pits, happy with his time. Eric Metcalf in the pits, happy with his time. Jake Go Slow is leaving the pits again. He's jumping out now. Alan Mackey. Once again, those of you that have joined us and you're seeing the chat, if it's in Spanish, that is in the Spanish chat. So you're going to see multiple different streams here. If you want to go watch Nico and speak Spanish to him, go over to his and do it. We can still see your chat here. Thank you for being here. Feel free to type. We will catch it. Evan Willems, up on his time, is in 28th currently with a 58 flat. He's making an improvement of 0.8 seconds, but that's not going to be enough to move him up. We just got a sub over at Nico's stream. He's got 2-month sub over there. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's go, Nico.
Let's go, B Sizzle, says K Conway. That must be Brian Conway's friend of sorts. Brian Conway, where is he at? He was having issues getting into the server earlier. I think he's got in now. Brian Conway is in 19th. He is in the pits, happy with his time, it seems to be. He is in 19th overall, so that's good to see. Red de Guzman, he was having some issues with connectivity earlier. I think he's in the Philippines or something like that, so we have to watch him. Hopefully no bonks occur due to netcode. He's up a second on his time. 48.9 is his current. He can definitely move up. A whole second would move him up into just 2 places, up into 25th. Wife and friend. That's what I'm talking about. See, my wife is in the other room playing a different video game. She doesn't care about any of this. Even though I created this whole thing, me and Andrew created this whole entire community with 700 plus members, she doesn't care. She'll just go play her Dead by Daylight. That's how she is. Red de Guzman coming through the final corner now, up 0.8 on his time, losing a little bit of time towards the apex. Is he going to gain any more back? 0.7 improvement. That could put him up 1 position into 26th. Nope. He does make the improvement on time, does not improve in the position. Ooh, Phil Dixon. We just missed it as I was about to click on him. We moved off of him. Where did he go? He went from 25th or something like that up into 19th. Ooh! I switch over to him and he's in a wall through the first corner. Potts Weaver making an improvement on his time.
Real.
Yeah. 690 members. That's what I'm talking about, Chase. What I'm talking about. With all that said, we got 2 minutes left of qualifying. I will show you guys some track information today so we can see where we're racing. We're at Watkins Glen in Watkins Glen, New York. It is going to be a beautiful day compared to whatever it is in real life, so you will see optimum track conditions nearly all the time in the Rookie Series. The length of the track is 5.552 kilometers, roughly, or 3.450 miles. There are 11 turns. You can see on that track map on the right, we will be starting in the furthest left portion of the track. Turn 1 is a right-hander, and turn 2 will be going up the hill through those S-bends. And then there's a nice long back straight, good place for overtaking into that bus stop chicane. Got to be careful going into it side by side, though, and you will see crashes there. Turn 5, a nice long sweeping right-hander. You will see some overtake opportunities as they come out of that corner into turn 6 down the hill. Turn 7, another great place for overtaking opportunities. 8 as well. All of this whole last sector through turn 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. All of those are great overtaking opportunities. So it's going to be good to see the racing we'll have. Elevation changes roughly 35 meters or 115 feet. So you'll see after turn 1, going up that hill towards turn 4, how big of a slope that is. They go back down that hill after turn 5, up again through turn 7, and then down again as they go through that final sector. Last AM winner. The last AM winner was Emmanuel Ramirez. He was in the AMG GT3. His fastest time on track during the race was a 46.1. I want you to compare this time to Chase's Jones lap time, his hot lap of a 142.587, nearly 4 seconds off the pace from our AM winner on track during a race, his fastest lap compared to Chase Jones. Just a nice, fast, hot lap. So, get back into the game. Got Miguel Cicerone up in third. He made some great improvements as we were talking. Looks like he's coming through the final corner now. Still 2/10 up. He's going to improve. It's not going to move him up in position, but it will improve his time. He still has another lap to do if he wants to do it. Another improving driver is Brian Genere, or however we want to say that. I don't know.
Genere.
As he goes through the bus stop, half a second up on his time. He does get overtaken in position by Isan Gok. I want you guys to look once again on the right side of the screen here. The fastest laps. Alex Lives, I'm just going to call him Lives at this point, is in first, nearly a whole car length ahead of Potts Weaver. You can see that there on that right side of the screen. And then Miguel Cicerone is up to the midpoint. We're watching him crash into a wall. Hopefully this is not an indicator of how his race is going to go. Is right up to the midpoint of Potts Weaver. Then there's a decent gap to Shadow Governor. And then after that, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, all the way down to 12th, every one of those guys is in the right position, in my opinion. So we may see those top 3 drivers move up into the Pro-Am split as the series progresses. Ryan Genere, right as we move to him again, is in the wall. Devin Anthony in chat saying good luck all. Hello, Devin. Hopefully you're racing tonight.
Hola, Devon.
So we are in the last lap of improvements. We are seeing no real improvements. Alan Mackey might be 3/10 up as he goes into the boot. Let's actually watch who's that? 16th place. That is Rob Warren. He's making a slight improvement. This is 1/10 up. It could move him up into 15th. Let's see. Across the start finish line, he's up in 15th. There you go, Rob, getting that extra position last moment. Drew Freiberger coming through the final sector now. He slipped a little bit. He is down on his time. Still has 2 corners to make an improvement. Let's see if he can. Nope, he is invalid at this point. We'll move back up to Alan Mackey as he comes through the final corners. He is up 3/10 on his time. 3/10 improvement can move him up into 6th place, maybe 5th, maybe 4th. I don't know. That gap is really close. We'll have to see what happens as he comes across. Only 1/10 up now. He ended up equalizing, moving up 1 position. All drivers have now finished their qualifying, or they're on invalid laps. So we will have to wait just a moment.
You going to have that grid walk down?
I will. I'm going to have to quickly leave the server and rejoin so I can see these drivers. Because it put me back in the pits and I couldn't click drive. So. Yep. Let's turn off. Let's go ahead and hit drive. There we go. Disconnected. Reconnecting. We should be good now. Let's turn off that box on the right and all of the stuff that you're seeing on screen. We don't need any of that. Thank you for your patience.
We appreciate it.
The lap time spread. We can turn that off. There we go. Once again, thank you for your patience on that. Let's get to the grid walk down. We can see each driver individually here on screen. I'm going to turn on their nameplate, so you should be able to see that over top of the screen here. We are currently like a P2. P1, we got Alex Lives. P2, Potts Weaver. P3, Miguel Cicerone. P4, Shadow Governor, new driver to our series. Eric Metcalf, the leader of the WRTs, in 5th place overall. Another new driver to the series, Jake Go Slow, in 6th. Patrick Ramos in 7th. Alan Mackey, a return driver, in 8th. And I believe he was I think he finished in 4th overall in AMS last season. 9th is Gavin Cambray. Rounding out the top 10, Tyler Plunkett. 11th place is Mike Cook in the WRT Porsche. 12th place in the WRT Porsche, that blue one, the team principal, Glen Jacobs. Jeremy Hayes in 13th. R.L. Brown in 14th. Rob Warren in 15th. We need to see what's going on with his livery. Oh, no, his livery's proper. It says it at the top. It says East Sparko and that kind of thing. So he just likes a black car. Chris Capps in 16th. Drew Freiberger in his yellow and black WRT AMG. Isan Gak in 18th. Brian Genere in 19th in the number 9 car. Rounding out top 20 is Ryan Brooks. He had this livery made for him. I remember we were talking about it. 21st is Phil Dixon. 22nd, Ryan Chanley. 23rd, Brian Conway. 24th, C.W. Wells. 25th, Christopher Chan. A new driver to our series in 26th, that Chief guy. Red de Guzman is new here as well. Kevin Willems, a return driver in his frog livery. That's kind of cool. Lizzie Alisea in 29th. And last but not least, Robin Lohr in 30th overall. The drivers have started their engines. They started driving out on track. While they are doing that, I'm going to run an ad so we do not get interrupted during this race. So please bear with me. If you do not want to see the ads and you do have a Prime sub, feel free to use that so that you don't have to see the ads. We still chat. It's just a little bit less chatty. We'll be right back.
Right back and right here.
That ad out of the way so we don't get interrupted mid-race. Let's get the music turned off. Hearing for red number 21 in chat. We're talking about. We got a couple extra cameras. I have the SRO wing camera, and I also have the front right wheel camera.
I always like wheel cams.
And
I'm a big fan of them.
I have, ready for this one, a front splitter camera.
Oh, look, you can even see it in the mirror.
Isn't that cool?
Gotta love it.
We got a couple extra cameras. Excited to use them. Seeing some drivers weaving back and forth. 1 minute left on the advertisement. Should be about right time. We got P10 in the pits. Who is that? Mike Cook? Late joiner? No, that is not. Glenn Jacobs? No, P18 now. Who is that? P20 now. I don't know who it is. All right, I found out who it is, guys. It's Tyler Plunkett. Something happened with him. He didn't hit start. He is starting from the pits, unfortunately.
Starting from the pits. Not the best place to start, but it'll probably help out in turns 1.
Yeah, you won't be part of the death, right?
Right.
Once again, 11 turns on this track. About 11 miles. Not 11 miles. 11 turns in about, what did we say, 3 miles? Something like that?
11 miles. I was gonna say, that's
this is Nordschleife, everybody. We're here. Lap times are in the 140s. 30-minute race, and then the next race will be another 30-minute race. No pit stops. Just tons of fun. The music has been turned off. The ad has been completed. I'm your host, Jeremy Cubbage, joined in the booth by Tony Danzig. We're excited to be here.
Always love being here.
So this SRO wing camera is different per car, by the way.
Oh, is it?
So each car has, like, see this one? Look at that. The Aston is inside of the car.
That's a terrible view.
Shadow Governor's inside the car, too. It's just where they put the camera in real life. Isn't that neat?
That is neat.
Drivers are coming through the final corners now. They're going into side-by-side. This is all set up by the game, so they know where to drive into. They sit in that position. So they will go into side-by-side formation. Once they come across the start-finish line, they should be at about 70 kilometers an hour in that side-by-side formation. If they're out of position, the game will penalize those drivers, which is unfortunate for them. But it's to encourage fairness. To the final corner now. The engines are quiet. Just a little bit rumbly.
Getting ready for that green.
Getting anxious. Here we go. We are green here at Watkins Glen. Race 1 from Season 8, Noobs R Us. Let's go. The Alex moving towards the racing line. We got some other drivers in the back here moving around. Trying to watch these drivers as they go. We got a bonk going on. Luckily, nothing came of that. We do got some other bonks going on. Up the hill they go. Drivers weaving back and forth up the hill. Fairly safe overall. No major bonks that I've seen.
None that I've seen either.
We do have a couple yellow flags. Eric Metcalf, disregard that. That's not a yellow flag. Just seeing something else pop up on my screen here. I've got to learn how these indicators work for me.
Oh, we had a bonk going into the small bonk, just a little bit of a rear ending, pushed him a little wide, going into the bus stop.
Ryan Shanley lost from that. Kevin Willems is the yellow flag on that. I'm going to back it up so we can see it. I'm just going to do a 10-second replay. Oh, disregard that 10-second replay. We'll set it up to be 15 because 10 is not enough. The next time we come back to it. Moving up here. Let's see. We've got battle for 4th place. Eric Metcalf. Like he's going to poke his nose in here shortly. We're approaching turn 8 now. Trying to close that gap up ahead. We got another overtake opportunity from that Chief guy. Ooh, as I say that, I switched to him. He's spun around. He is in the middle of the track here. Disregard that. He's off into the apex of the track, which is still a dangerous place to be. That Chief guy's recovering and is now in 27th because of that.
Let's take a look here around.
Shadow Governor fighting for 3rd place. Only 3/10 off of his competitor ahead. Up the hill they go. Lap 1 has been completed. We do have some drivers out 28th and 29th. They are battling. It looks like that is Mike Cook, who did not qualify. And then Kevin Willems behind after his spin. So you have some people still battling and trying to catch back up. It will not take long for those guys to catch back up. I promise you that. Alan Mackey right behind Jake Go Slow. Into the chicane they go.
Uh-oh.
Luckily not side by side. Is Mackey going to get a run? He is. Oh my goodness gracious! Potts Weaver was yellow flagged on the outside there.
No.
Potts Weaver has recovered. Right. He's still off track. He's got severe damage to the front of his car. With that said, the battle has fallen off between P3 and P4. But it's created more battles, more mid-pack here with Jeremy Hayes and Glenn Jacobs. Jeremy trying to catch up. Glenn Jacobs trying to run away. We got lots of battles. Let's move further back here to Ryan Chanley as he's side by side with Brian Conway. Brian Conway losing 2 positions as he goes up the hill. Drew Freiberger is able to take that position from him. Brian Conway behind both. Looks like he's trying to be fairly defensive. Got CW Wells right behind. Wells trying to poke his nose in. It's not going to happen. Conway is going to hold that position. Miguel Cicerone is yellow flagged here off track. Wonder what happened with him. We're not going to be able to catch that one, unfortunately. Maybe able to come back eventually.
Battling it out.
Conway.
Coming down to left.
Still got a lot of cars going on here. We got ahead Drew Freiberger trying to poke his nose in on Ryan Chanley through the final corner. Looks like he's got a run down the front straight. We see some drivers pulling into the pits there. Drew is not able to go to the inside for the first corner. We'll have to see how it goes as he comes up the hill, see if he's able to get enough draft to poke his nose in to the chicane. Up the hill they go. Not really quite closing that gap just yet. You can see the damage on the side of Drew's car here. Into the chicane they go.
Look at that sweet camera angle.
He's able to close up that gap there. Lost a little bit of it on the way out. He's going to try and close it up. You can see Chandler going really wide there. Drew leaving the space for him to rejoin. Luckily, nothing came of that. Cicerone in chat with a sad face. Cicerone, you can always drive the next race. Don't give up. Get back out on track. Go do more things. Cicerone in the pits right now. Potts Weaver also in the pits. I want to point out that our lead driver is now 5 seconds, 6 seconds ahead of P2. P2 has Jake go slow right behind with Alan Mackey as well. These drivers, Jake go slow off track a little bit. Alan Mackey's going to tuck in to the inside. Alan Mackey gets the overtake done through the apex of the corner, goes extremely wide. He may get penalized for that from the game. He's going to hold that position for now. Isan Gok in the middle of this pack once again with Drew Freiberger. Lots of cars right here in the mid pack.
A lot of people fighting for position.
Yep, this is where the best racing happens.
Consistent.
See all of these drivers within a half a second of each other. Down the front straight they go. Nobody's going to go for an overtake into turn one. However, Isan is going to try and gain some time. He goes extremely wide there. Is that going to be enough for him to gain time on Ryan Chanley up the hill? It doesn't look like it. These drivers are starting to split off a little bit here. Isan has now fallen off quite a bit. Let's move up the grid here to Rob Warren. Rob Warren and Gavin. You can see Gavin going really wide there. Rob's going to get the overtake done along with Phil Dixon. Phil Dixon really wide on the exit. Able to recover. Luckily, no walls were hit in that instance. Going really wide again.
Luckily.
Unfortunately, has Brian General there. General there.
General.
So he lost a lot of positions there. I think I might turn off this auto chat thing that keeps saying, do you speak Spanish? I'll do that between races most likely. You can see Phil Dixon going for the overtake back. He's side by side as they go into turn 8. He's able to get fully alongside here now, but he is not on the offensive end. Brian is. Brian is going to be able to hold this apex. You see the switchback coming. He's got on the gas too early, slipped out. Luckily, nothing came bad of that. He's going to just tuck in behind and continue on. Crypto's in chat. Hello. What's up? Let's go, AMs. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's go.
These AM drivers are putting on a show for us right now with a train of cars between looks like 8 all the way down to P16, all within a second of each other. Bill is off track again through turn 1. Up the hill he goes. He's just trying to stay behind Brian. He may end up getting a penalty because of that. We'll have to see as the race progresses. He's got the speed now down this back straight. Is he going to close up the gap? He is going to stay right behind, tuck in, and just try and gain that time on the exit of the chicane. Sean Bramer in chat. Hello, Sean. And Crypto's, is that Spencer? Is that you? I'm bad with the screen names, you guys. I apologize.
Yeah, they never match up.
On, says Chase in chat. This battle is going to be ongoing, I think. Let's move a little bit further back to CW Wells. He tries to catch up to Ryan Chanley ahead. And right when I say that, it looks like he's fallen off a little bit. Each one of these drivers kind of back and forth. Oh, Aston Austin Gerber? Hey, Sean. I'm assuming everything went well with the storms last night, so that's good. Gavin Cambray trying to close that gap to Christopher Chan ahead. But he also has Brian right behind. You can see Brian getting ready to tuck his nose in. Ooh, Brian slipping around. My goodness, I thought he was going to be in the opposite wall there. Looks like he was able to save that. Phil Dixon right behind, and he's actually still able to put some pressure onto Gavin ahead. May see him try and poke in. There he goes to the inside. To turn 1, he is really narrow here, but he is going to hold the apex. You can see Phil Dixon trying to capitalize on that as well. Up the hill they go. Phil Dixon has the inside line up the hill.
That was a good slip in there.
Yeah, it was. That's how you want to do that. If somebody's able to get in towards the apex and you're able to tuck in behind him, you should. That driver on the outside is going to give that race room there that the other guy's entitled to. So you can tuck in, you can do it. Phil Dixon able to hold that position. Gavin, you can see him kind of weaving back and forth. Oh my goodness, we see Phil slipping and sliding through the chicane. Luckily, he was able to stay alive. but that is going to allow him to fall off a little bit from Brian ahead. Moving up, a battle for second place right now with Jake Goes Slow and Shadow Governor. I just want to point out that P1 is now 12 seconds ahead of P2 here.
He's
Potts
cooking.
TV in chat saying, "Rip, did you crash again, or did you just, after that major crash on lap 2 or whatever it was, stay in the pits? You should get back out there, man. Got another 30-minute race after this, too."
It's too early to give up.
Absolutely. There are going to be other bonks, and people will have to quit again. So if you can get back out there, get back out there. Jake Goes Slow, trying to keep that pressure on. He's got Alan Mackey right behind, so he's got pressure behind him as well. These brand new drivers up in the top 3. Woo, you see Alan Mackey got a really great run, is able to slip to the inside. I don't think he expected that either. Side by side down the front straight now into turn 1. They are still side by side. Slipping around. Alan's losing time because of that. Gonna have to tuck in behind Jake Goes Slow.
Whoa.
That could have been dangerous. Down the front or the back straight they go. We got these new cams. I kind of want to use them. They're cool. Cool new cams.
I dig them.
Tucking in, you can see how much more narrow he's able to go. That's going to allow him to gain on Jake Goes Slow ahead. He's going to be right on his tail. Love the splitter cam. Isn't that awesome? Who'd you crash into? Seats are on. I'm not quite sure. I believe we could probably go back and watch a quick replay of it if you would like to. Seats are on 999. The bonk with you. You can go back and try and watch a quick replay. This may not be the right place, but we'll see. It just shows you off track here and then rejoining. So unfortunately, it was me, dude. You were in third, yeah? Yeah, because I remember you coming off over here, so. There you go. That was your quick replay. Let's move back to the battle. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, Isan and Drew Freiberger, these two WRT drivers. Oh, I take that back. I thought Isan was a WRT car. My apologies. Drew just lost position there. He's going to try and tuck back in. It's not going to happen as they come up over the hill through turn 9. Going into turn 10, is he going to have the pace to gain and try and go for another overtake? Looks like he won't. He's slipping behind, as you saw there. Go get your revenge next race. No revenge race. No revenge bonks, guys. We don't do that. Revenge bonks get you banned. Don't do it. No matter what Pot says. Drew going way into the inside as Isan was going to be defensive. It doesn't really matter. Both these drivers are going to tuck back to the outside. And up the hill they're about to go. Drew does have some pace here. Let's see what happens as he comes up the hill. Both same cars, but it looked like Drew was able... Nope, he just lifted a little bit. Falling off. Let's move up again, guys. 2P4. We have a battle for P4 and 3 again. Alan Mackey. Jake Goes Slow has fallen off of Shadow Governor ahead, so Alan Mackey's going to try and get that podium. On board with Drew. We got a request. We'll do that here in just a moment. Once Drew goes through start-finish line, we'll watch with him. Let's see here. Alan Mackey trying to get some time. It looks like he's fallen off just a little bit here. Drew, on the other hand, flipping and sliding. He's still 1 second off. Gavin Cambray has moved up as well.
I'll be right back. Someone's here at the house. I need to help them carry something,
fine.
so I'll be back.
Do what you need to do. Looks like everybody's kind of back and forth. Glenn Jacobs putting some pressure on Patrick Ramos ahead for P5. He wants that top 5 position. Not able to get it. See him just a little bit too slow there. He is going to try and gain on the front straight here. Yep, there he goes. He's gaining that time. Is he going to tuck to the inside? There he goes to the inside. We'll watch Drew in just a moment. Glenn Jacobs getting the overtake done into the braking zone. Turn 1, able to hit the apex. Great job, Glenn. His racecraft has improved substantially. What I'm talking about. We'll be on board with Drew Freiberger as he goes to the inside, trying to get the overtake done on Isan Gok. You can still see him barely through the information on the left side of the screen. He's affording race room. You can see light tap in the rearview mirror there. Up the hill they go. Drew is able to get that overtake completed in turn 1. Could be flat out through all of this. No lifting required at all. Also, Potts, thank you for the sub, the Prime sub. I appreciate that. We appreciate it here at Noobs R Us. Good to have you back with us, racing in with the Noobs R Us guys. I want to see you up in the Pro-Am split, though. Drew. A little bit of slip you can see halfway through that corner as he was on the brakes. Getting on the gas just a little bit too late. That's okay. Braking right at that manhole cover on the right. As soon as you see the ambulance, you should be full throttle. All the way back to the left side, braking right between the 2 and the 1. Here he goes, all the way to the inside. You can see how much oversteer he got with the braking. He needs to start using that to his advantage. Slipping as he got on the gas. Up the hill they go. You can see Isan is starting to close. Almost a bonk. Luckily, Drew was able to move to the inside here. So now Drew has a car behind him that he's worried about. Ooh, really narrow. That's going to allow Isan to get to the outside. No, Isan slipped as well. Hold that position. What a lucky bit of chance there, in my opinion. Looking behind, you can see Isan starting to fall off a little bit. That was your onboard with Drew Freiberger. Gotta love Murphy's Law, yeah. In my 20 to 30 laps of practice, has never once done that, never fails. You just got stressed for a moment, man. I think that's all it was. With that said, we do have some more battles going on. Glenn Jacobs and R.L. Brown. Looks like actually Rob Warren behind. Glenn has fallen off to Brown ahead a little bit. Rob Warren is starting to catch up. Thank you, Sean. Sean, sometimes you should jump in the chat with me, man. We'd like to have you in here. I think you do a good job with commentary. I think it'd be fun to have you in here. Especially if you're not going to race. Obviously, you're out of town right now, so I understand. But oh my gosh, did you guys just see that? Rob Warren, you need to hold your brakes. My goodness gracious. Holy, I kind of want to see that from his point of view. You guys want to see that from his point of view, what he just saw? Oh my goodness. Let's try and back that up here. 30 seconds. Drivable. Drive cam, cockpit. There we go. As it comes down the hill here. Tucks in. Hits that apex. Goes into the grass. Oh my goodness, snap oversteer. Woo! That could have been much more deadly for other drivers around him, and for him for that matter. He didn't even hit the wall. He just slipped around. So good on you, Rob, getting going again. Battles going on once again. Glenn still battling his teammate R.L. Brown right ahead. You can see Brown going defensive. Glenn says, okay, I'll just stay on the outside. He is going to get side by side on the outside of this corner. Into the apex they go. These two WRT drivers. There's another side by side moment going on ahead, so there may end up being some extra slowing here. That will allow Christopher Chan to catch up. You can see him back behind everybody here. Chris Capps, rather, catch up. This is not really a great place to be for Glenn. He doesn't have anywhere to go, really. He is just going to get side by side with Brown into the... There he goes. He's backed out. I was worried he was going to stay side by side into the bus stop. Backs out, but now he's right on the tail of Brown once again. Brown trying to hold it off. You can see actually Glenn is falling off a little bit here. Glenn trying to gain that position back. Gaining a lot of time. You can see how he's going here. But that was not the camera angle I wanted here. Glenn going to the inside. He hits him there. They have bonked. R.L. Brown and Glenn hit. R.L. Brown's around and backwards right now. My goodness. Like a moment of door closure. Glenn was the one to come out on top for that, but whew. Christopher Chan was actually ended up losing a position to Chris Capps because of all of that. Just the extra safety. Now, with all that said, Jaco Slow is caught back up to P2. Alan Mackey is 1 second in trail. This battle for podium from these three drivers, 20 seconds off of P1, Shadow Governor. P1 will just be hot lapping. I'm sorry, Alex Lives is in P1. We'll just be hot lapping for a while. There are some back markers in between P1 and P2. So as the race progresses, there is still 10 minutes left. We may see some slowing from that first place driver. Jake goes slow, trying to catch up down the back straight, getting in the draft. Not able to close the gap quite enough, maybe into the braking zone. Not quite a lot. Let's go back mid-pack again with Gavin. Gavin just going wide there. Rob Warren getting around because of it. Got a yellow flag from Drew Freiberger. What happened with him? Let's back this up just a moment. Drew Freiberger. Looks like he's going up through turn 2. And then into turn 3. What happened with Drew? I don't know. I missed it completely, even in the replay. So unfortunate. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry, everybody. I tried. That was awkward. Well, he's continuing on. We'll see if he can make improvements. Christopher Chan starting to fall off to Caps ahead, 0.4 seconds behind. Actually, he's closing it up as I say that. He's going to look to the inside, try and outbrake him. He's very narrow. He's not going to be able to outbrake him. He's just going to move back to his racing line. We're at a point in the race where a lot of drivers are starting to fall off. We still have people within a second of each other. That's fine, but no really, really close driving like we saw early on. So I have to see what happens. Ooh, Christopher Chan, Chris Caps. Side by side as they come through turn 9, or I'm sorry, turn 10 into turn 11 now. Caps is going to have the overtake done on the outside. However, yeah, he's going extremely narrow. He doesn't need to be that narrow. Just move back. There you go. There you go. Chris Caps is not going to try and capitalize on Christopher Chan here. Overtake was completed. Alan Mackey, Jake goes slow, once again battling for that P3 position, P2 position rather. Alan Mackey's putting on a lot of pressure as Jake goes slow ahead. Jake goes slow. Doesn't look like he's actually fallen for it. He's just the entire race been able to stay level-headed and stay ahead in that P3 position. No real changes here. Really wide. Oh my gosh, if that is not commentator's curse, I do not know what is. Alan Mackey spun around, hit a wall. Able to start back up and get going again. Kevin Willems passing him down the straight there. Kevin Willems is a back marker in 23rd. Jake goes slow is now all alone and can put as much pressure as he wants on Shadow Governor ahead. My goodness, that bonk has got me worked up, guys, worked up. Phil Dixon trying to put some pressure on. We've been watching Phil a lot. These other drivers are starting to fall out a little bit. Glenn Jacobs closing up to Jeremy Hayes ahead. May see some overtake opportunities as the race progresses. Once again, Mike Cook all the way in the back. He started in the pits 21st, has caught up to Lizzie Alisea. Both these WRT drivers.
And I'm back. It sounds like it's been pretty exciting since I've been gone.
It has been exciting. We just watched some major bonks. We watched some onboards. We watched some battles. Right now we're watching
commentator curse is happening.
A lot of commentators curses. You can see Mike Cook trying to put his nose in and try and get around Lizzie. He wasn't able to complete that. I'll have to see through the next couple of corners if he's able to get that done. Yep, there he goes.
Hanging in there.
Lizzie going wide, giving him the position there. Up the hill they go.
She said, I don't want to be part of that battle.
Mm-hmm. She goes, just let me race. Let me get through this. Mike is playing catch-up after starting in the pits, so I believe that's where he started, right? Or am I thinking of a different driver?
Nope, that was Mike Cook.
Okay. Rob Warren, a driver we haven't really watched today, putting some pressure on Ethan Gok ahead. Right on his tail as they go up the hill. I would go to the front splitter, but you're just going to see the back of a car here. There we go. You see him braking early. He's able to gain some speed through the chicane. Going to try and keep that pressure on Ethan Gok ahead. Falling off just a little bit. Isan going wide. Rob not using the full track there. He's going to try and make it up in the braking zone, as he does. Getting right on the tail. Isan is now going to try and go to the inside for the next corner. He is not. He's just going to go up the hill. I believe this next corner is probably where he's going to try and get it done. This is my worst corner every time I'm driving. turn 7 is where I lose the most amount of time. So usually if I'm battling somebody, I'm not able to keep that pressure on. We have a couple of other battles on track. I just want to see how the rest of this lap goes for Rob Warren. We'll move on. Maybe. Hold up. Back it up. We got a crashed car. Shadow Governor. Let's back this up 10 seconds. I want to see what happened here. They were side by side for just a moment. Oh, my goodness. That BMW just moved across the track.
Oh, wow.
It looked like he just hit him. It was almost deliberate. Patrick Ramos? Who that was? That was not.
Almost deliberate, but I'm going to believe that it wasn't deliberate. We got another crash.
Tyler Plunkett, it looks like, huh? Backing it up. Let's see what happened here.
I was watching Mr. Conway, and he just got into a...
Oh, yeah, Conway was backwards. Oh, my goodness. Not what you want to see, guys. Once again, this is the AM split. You are going to see some weird mistakes like that. It looks like our lead drivers are starting to run away. I don't know who that back marker was. I think it was a back marker trying to get out of way of who was that? Alan Mackey? Who was it that got hit just a little bit ago?
I was on
Shadow Governor is who was it? He's in the pits now.
I was on Mr. Plunkett.
So yeah,
Shadow Governor, yeah.
I think he just got hit by a back marker, which is unfortunate. And I'm not sure who that was, but hopefully they get back out on track and continue racing, because that battle was awesome. So we'd like to see more of that. Should have get it back to the track. Everyone's crashing. Is what I'm saying. Anytime you get into a box, especially early on, just take your repairs, get back out there. Always get back out on track. Mm-hmm. Guys can always make up those points, guys. And you may have a worse race later on, and you're going to need those points for the series. You got a battle going on.
So many times I've been racing myself where I thought it was, I was just upset and thinking I couldn't do any better, and then come to find out you just hang in there throughout the race, get a couple of positions, because something might always happen.
Yep. 90% of the time, if I get into an incident, I am able to catch back up nearly where I qualified, at least. So, obviously, if you're in first, that's kind of hard to do, but I'm a mid-pack driver, so catching up is a little bit easier for me. We got a battle for, looks like 8th place, all the way down to 12th. You can see this train of cars. Way up in the front is R.L. Brown being defensive. We got a lot of battles going on. Chris Capps going side by side for a moment. He's got Phil Dixon right behind him, giving him a little bit of bump as they come out of turn 1. Phil Dixon, up the hill they go. Going to try and tuck in and hopefully gain some time here. He's actually gone wide. You can see that AMG of Isan right behind. Sorry, go ahead, Tony.
Oh, no, I was just saying he's trying to stay off that bumper so there's no incidents.
Yep.
He's trying.
Phil is going to be on the inside into the chicane. This is dangerous.
Oh, no,
there it is. There's the bonk. Oh, and he didn't hold his brakes. He slid back across the track. He may get penalized for that by the stewards. Even though he got taken out, he may get penalized for not holding his brakes. You guys have to hold your brakes. Rob Warren is able to recover and get back on track. That was extremely dangerous situation there. Let's move back up to Glenn Jacobs, fighting for 3rd place now. After that bonk from early on, Glenn was able to catch up to P3 here. So he is fighting for a podium, Glenn Jacobs. Side by side through P9. He's going to tuck in, try and do the switchback. Is it going to work? It looks like he's going to try and go offensive into turn 10.
Oh, he broke.
Backs out just early enough. Just trying to throw Patrick Ramos off, it looks like.
I love that. I love being behind. It's such a mind game that you got to play. If you want to, maybe he takes this inside line right here and he knows he's not going to go for it. But the guy on the inside may not know that, or on the outside may not know that, and they can mess up, and that'd be a perfect opportunity. But he gets it done.
Yep.
He takes that lead.
Up the hill they go. Glenn is able to get the overtake done in through turn 1. So Glenn is now podium driver. He needs to hold this off for another 40 seconds. Let's see. P1 is, so this, we may have another lap, everybody. P1 is coming through the final sector now, and sectors aren't 40 seconds long. So another lap after this one. Glenn needs to hold on tight for that 3rd place finish. Moving on, Ryan Brooks and Phil Dixon. These two fighting now. Phil, after that bonk, probably has some damage. Yep, there it goes. Brooks and Chanley were fighting. Chanley's able to get around. Chanley will probably catch up to Phil Dixon ahead here. Glenn Jacobs ran away from Patrick. Looks like Patrick had an incident. 2 minutes till the pros race too. Okay, so the race one's finished, is what you're saying? That's fine. I'm not worried about it.
We ain't worried about it.
Or theirs is just they have 2 more minutes until their race is finished. So it looks like the race is completed. Alex is in first. Across the start finish line.
Oh no! There was someone inside the wall there. Who was that?
Don't worry about the guy inside the wall. Was that Rob Warren? That was not. All right, P2 is Jake Goes Slow. He's across the start finish line. Glenn Jacobs has ran away from Patrick Ramos as he comes through the final corner now. No slipping, no sliding. He's going to hold on and get that podium. I can't wait to talk to Glenn after this race.
Let's go, Glenn.
Patrick Ramos in 4th. Jeremy Hayes in 5th. Alan Mackey right behind. Christopher Chan right behind him. In 8th place is R.L. Brown, Chris Caps, and then Isan Gok right behind. See the flashing of the lights. 10th place, up 8 from where he qualified. These drivers are all happy with where they finished. We did have some major bucks. So that's something that hopefully these guys are going to be able to fix and finish. With that said, we're going to go to a quick intermission in between races here. I'm going to get the music back up. And we will see what is going on with the pro split. You ready for that, Tony Danzig?
I was born ready for it.
That's what I'm talking about, man. The music stopped and started and stopped. What's going on with my music? There we go. There we go. Now we got music. Let's get into that pro split here. Make sure I have the correct password.
Oh, yeah, I need to put the correct password in as well. I wonder if I can just copy and paste. That'd make it so much easier on my life.
20 seconds.
It looks like we are going to be doing the grid walk down while they're out on track. Which means we will also be interrupted. Okay, let me hit drive then, game. We will be interrupted by a... Excuse me, I got to reconnect here. Everything's going to get reconnected. There will be an advertisement mid-race, and I apologize for that. It's just the way the server was set up. Back to racing we go. We will get the onboards like this and go through each driver. Will Figgins in chat. Yippee, 12 months is what I'm talking about, dude. Subbed up. I'm talking about. All right, in first place is Zach Schneider. Russell Harrell will be in second. Third is a new driver, Michael Moleda. I believe he's from ORL, so good to see him here. Carl Banning in 4th overall. James Casaboon in 5th. Good to see James back. We love having him here. Nick Kanya in 6th. I should put the names up on screen so you can see it over top of their car because that's kind of neat. 7th is Lane Yates, a new driver here as well. Nicholas Dwyer in 8th. 9th, Mike Burkhoff. Good to have him here as well. In 10th overall, Will Figgins. I don't know what happened with Will. He's usually good about qualifying, especially in the top 10. So hopefully he's able to catch back up. Mike Burkhoff has the wrong plate. He is a silver plate. I believe he might be a platinum plate. But Shane Dodger in 11th in that Merca Lamborghini. I love that livery. Jake Willems in 12th. Agato Martinez in 13th. Simon Tonkin in 14th. Devin Anthony in 15th. WRT car. Mike Cortez in 16th. His debut in the Pro-Am split. Good to have him back up where he belongs. Joe Allenson in 17th. Rolando Ramos in 19th. Casey Swanseeger in 20th. Wes Jones. We're missing a livery on Wes Jones, so we need to get that fixed, Chase. In 21st. Andrew Casey being slow as heck in 22nd. And Mark Miller, last but not least, in the proper Felsia Racing League livery. That's what I'm talking about.
Andrew where he belongs.
Oh, these drivers are coming through the final sector now. I will get the music shut back off as we're about to start race 2 for the Pro-Ams and Pro Split. Zach Schneider, while he is in first, will not be racing for points. He is racing as a, what's the word I'm looking for? A wild card. So he's only going to be here for one race this season, I believe. Maybe a couple more. The drivers come through the boot now. Thank
The
you all for
boot,
being
das
here once
Boot.
again. We will be interrupted here in about 10 minutes or so for an ad. Actually, you know what? I think I can snooze it, so we'll do that. We'll just go ahead and snooze it. That should move it back a little bit. But I will run this ad once we start. Once the grid starts to split up a little bit. We do have 23 drivers on track, so we're not going to have a lot there.
More than what's in the intermediates.
This intermediate split, this Pro-Am split and Pro split only has 23 drivers. We're going to see an increase in those drivers very quickly, especially after night. We are basing our AM split solely on pace now, not pace and consistency. The Pro split is going to be your pace and consistency. So in order to get into Pro-Ams, you just got to be quick. Okay, they are side by side.
Consistency out of it, huh?
Consistency is now just the Pro-Ams moving into Pro split.
I like it because that enables the amateurs to get out quicker.
Yep. And it keeps those fast boys that end up crashing from staying in there and getting those podium positions. Race 2 is about to start. They are coming down the start-finish straight now. The Pro split. We got top 3. Zach Schneider, Russell Harrell, Michael Moleda in top 3. We are green at Watkins Glen, race 2. Zach's going to hold that position. We do have side-by-side here between Russell Harrell and Michael Moleda. Carl Banning, James Cosboon side-by-side as well. Looks like he's backing out a little bit, moving back through the pack here. We got Nick Kanye side-by-side up the hill with Nicholas Dwyer right behind. Nicholas is going to tuck in for turn 4. Luckily, no major bonks here. This is a good Pro-Am split we're seeing here. Zach Schneider's going to take it here. We got side-by-side action into the bus stop. Looks like they backed out just enough. Carl Banning not going to get a bonk. We got Michael off track, flying through the air. He's able to hold it side-by-side again. We just saw 3 wheels off the ground from Michael just a moment there.
Yeah, we did.
We do got a pretty big gap here between P10, 11, all the way into the back here. I'm seeing some weirdness going on, so unfortunately, kind of weird for me, and I apologize for that. I don't know if I've connected properly or if my battles are not battling properly. I may need to disconnect and reconnect. Give me just a second. I'm not going to disconnect the thing. I'm just going to disconnect ACC TV. Give me just a moment on that. We will be watching Zach Schneider while I do this.
Oh, no. Kanye goes wide. Loses a couple positions.
I'm going to reconnect here.
Kanye.
See if we can jump on with Kanye, because he's gone wide, you said, in 6th place here. Looks like I was able to reset the stats here. Got Kanye down in 6th. Is that correct, or is he in 9th? He's in 9th.
No, he's in 6th.
Okay.
I think.
It's kind of weird right now because of where the positions are. We'll have to see what happens as they cross the start-finish line here. Start moving up. Yeah, my ACC TV has done something weird. Is it weird for you too?
Mine is completely frozen.
Okay, so I've disconnected and reconnected mine and tried to clear the data as well. I'm going to do one more disconnect and reconnect. As we are missing out on battles right now. So this is something we've got to learn and fix. This is a new program for us. But I thank you for your patience as we go through this.
Yeah, we appreciate your patience.
And reconnect again. All right, so I fixed it.
No,
you have to disconnect and wait until it says clear all data, and it will fix at that point.
All
But
right.
Nick Cuddy is an 8th overall. Now that we know, he is still putting some pressure on Nicholas Dwyer ahead. Still got some battles
right
going on.
That bumper.
Russell Harrell has taken 1st place from Zach Schneider. Zach Schneider is going to keep that pressure on. Move back in the pack here between Andrew Casey, Casey Swanseger, Mark Miller, and Michael Cortez. Looks like Casey's stuck right behind Michael Cortez here in 15th.
Those 3 McLarens.
All 3 McLarens up the hill they go. Michael Cortez is going to run away a little bit here. It's going to allow Casey to try and, or Andrew Casey to try and tuck his nose in. Is not going to happen. They've all kind of backed out here. There he goes. Andrew Casey side by side, slipping a little bit. Didn't want to hit Casey Swanseger as they go through turn 9 now. Casey's trying to get, or Andrew Casey's trying to get right back on the tail of Casey Swanseger. There he goes. Let's get a special front splitter cam so you can see how this goes. Maybe we'll change it up to the front right wheel here shortly. Ooh, Andrew's got a really good run on Casey Swanseeger. He's going to move to the inside. Yes, he is. They're side by side going into turn 1 now.
Is he going to hang on to it?
He's got the inside. He's backed out just enough. Casey Swanseeger was giving the room to Andrew Casey into that corner, but Andrew was not able to capitalize on that overtake. Still right on his tail. Up the hill they go. We do, I believe, have some more side-by-side action going on between Aguedo Martinez, Nick Kanya, Nicholas Dwyer. These 4 drivers. Dangerous place to be. I'm going to move back to Andrew Casey in just a moment. Oh, my goodness. Who's that ahead?
Oh, that was close.
Who was that? I just missed it. Nick Kanya? That wasn't Kanya, was it?
I was still watching Andrew
James
and Casey.
Cossaboon, I believe it was.
Really close.
Yep, I'm moving back to Andrew Casey again. Andrew Casey, it looks like I've disconnected again. These numbers aren't moving. Oh, I'm seeing another, yeah, I've got another disconnect going on.
Oh, yep, same.
Oh, that's unfortunate. We'll watch this battle go on between Jake Willems and Andrew Casey. Now Casey Swan. Oh my goodness gracious!
Around.
We just saw that was dangerous right there, everybody.
Oh,
there goes Mike Cortez as well. Mike Cortez, is he able to get back into it? It looks like he's going to hold his brakes the entire time. We've reconnected. Mike Cortez, still yellow flag, waiting for everybody to pass. Going to allow a lot of people to get around here. Andrew Casey's now up in 7th because of that. Casey Swanseeger up in 5th. JJ Burr up in 4th. We got a battle for 3rd between JJ Burr and Rolando Ramos. If I'm seeing this correctly.
I had the opportunity
I'm thinking absolutely incorrectly. He's in 11th.
I had the opportunity to speak with Casey Swanseeger earlier in the week, and he's talking about getting his gold stripe finally. So he's working for a podium. I know that.
Okay. So my stats are still all over the place and not working properly with ACC TV. This is an issue I'm running into. I'm going to leave this, and I'm going to open up race control to see if I can make that work. I was still having some issues. I want to get something for me to use so you guys can see it. Mine is not working at all. The positions are wrong. Oh my goodness! Did you see Andrew Casey slipping back there? Oh my gosh.
Oh, did that create a bonk too between him and the person behind him?
It probably could have. Let me jump on with Andrew Casey and see if we can't see a replay. We probably can't.
I'm going back. I'm watching
Andrew Casey, I don't see him on. There it is. In 19th. I cannot see the replay, so it is unfortunate.
I went back 30 seconds, so I'm watching the replay now myself.
Sounds good. Wes Jones up the hill behind Tonkin. Looks like they're going to go side by side for just a little bit.
Oh, no, someone had to go wide. They didn't hit him, so.
JJ Burr putting some pressure on Ramos. I was off on these positions, and I apologize on that initially. Russell Harrell still in 1st. Zach Schneider right behind, keeping that pressure on. Mileto in 3rd. Banning in 4th. We've got a battle for 2nd place, I believe. For 1st place, technically. All the way down into 6th, so. You can see Banning going to the inside, able to get the overtake done into turn 1. However, Mileto going to try and keep that pressure on with James Cossaboon right behind, up the hill through turn 2 now.
Bumper.
Yep, James Cossaboon sitting there right there. Ooh, making me nervous.
Yeah, it is.
There he goes. You can see him moving to the inside. James going to give the bump draft to the inside. This is a dangerous place to be for all 4 of these drivers. James backs out.
God.
He's able to still stay ahead of Banning. You can see Mileto ahead, off track, rejoining again. Luckily, nothing bad came of that. That could have been bad for all of those drivers. This has allowed
good pass by Cossaboon.
The 2 lead drivers to pull away. James is now in 3rd overall because of that. The battle for 3rd is still on all the way to 6th, though. I lost chat on my thing here, so sorry about that again. This bot needs to have a longer cooldown for that. I agree. I don't know if I can get into that right now, so that was
great nail biter.
A nail biter, yeah. Yep, absolutely. We're gonna keep the camera on this for now. I'm gonna quickly pull up something so I can change that setting.
Oh,
give me just a moment, everybody. I'm going to quickly Change my chat bot here. Thank you for your patience. Tony Danzig will be our commentator watching this pack.
Yeah, I'm watching the pack here. They're spacing out a little bit. We'll see if anybody gets to run on somebody here. That Bentley is looking to make a pass. As you can see, he's pulling into the outside line here, but he's pulling up next door to Banning. Room was given, but the Bentley is at has the speed. He's going to go for the pass.
There they go, side by side up
Door
the
to
hill.
door.
It looks like Carl's just going to have to tuck in behind. There he goes. Is Carl going to have the draft to get back around Yates? We'll have to see. Looks like he's going to poke his nose in, but he's not going to go for the overtake. Jake Woolham's further in the back was side by side with Casey Swanseger up the hill. Looks like he's going to hold that line on the inside through turn 4. But he's going to have the inside with Casey Swanseger there. Needs to get some side draft here to hold it. Is he going to back out? Nope, but he is going to break. He is going to hold it. I take that back. There could have been a bonk there. Jake Woolhams.
Ooh, that was close.
We were watching Kevin Woolhams in the first race. Simon Tonkin's got into a bonk. What happened with him? I'm going to back this up. Major bonk for, looks like a Tonkin bonk, and he was alone as he goes into the bus stop. Just too much throttle, yep.
Too many
And
beans.
Luckily didn't get into another bonk because of that. Just a simple Tonkin bonking.
Yep. Hate to see it, but there's a reason it's named that.
Zach Schneider still holding that second place, trying to catch up to Russell Harrell ahead. Russell has made some major improvements if he's going to be ahead of Zach Schneider during a race. I'm just saying that.
You know his palms are sweaty.
Knees weak, arms are heavy, sir. Back in the back, we got Mark Miller holding off to Devin Anthony behind. Mark Miller was worried he was going to be like the slowest driver of all time. He's able to move up into 15th place. Side by side with Devin Anthony now through turn 9. Going to stay side by side, slipping a little bit.
Overtake.
But he is going to still be side by side. Into turn 10 they go, Devin Anthony. Ooh, you saw some sparks flying as Devin went really narrow there. Mark's going to hold that position. There's a bonk in the back from Allenson.
Oh, no.
Spun around Devin Anthony, those two drivers. You can see Allenson being slow here. He's trying to wait for Devin. Devin is backwards and just waiting for other drivers at this point. Is Allenson going to give it up? He's going to pull off, and he's going to let Devin catch back up. So,
what a gentleman.
with all of that said, moving up into the battle again, P2, P1. Oh, right when we move back, Zach Schneider off track. Luckily, didn't lose a whole lot of time because of that, but now he's got dirty tires as he goes up the hill through turn 7. Losing a lot of time now through turn 7 because of it. Going to try and gain that back. With all of that said, guys, the battles are starting to fall off a little bit here. I'm going to run this 2-minute ad. We will still be chatting. We will still be watching the battles. But I do apologize. I got to get this out of the way. Allenson has slowed down substantially. There he goes. He let Devin pass there. Finally. A lot of positions lost because of that. But, yep. Oh, is your ACC TV app working now?
No, sir. It keeps freezing, so I got to disconnect and reconnect every time.
All right. My suggestion is disconnect and just use ACC Race Control because that is working just fine for me.
You got it.
We're just not going to have the pretty cams. We'll just go back to normal cams. And Zach Schneider has caught right back up to Russell Harrell. I think he had says Chase. I know. I apologize. With that said, I haven't seen any Spanish lately. I wonder if Nico's stream's doing okay. He did message me. Please activate shared chat again when able. Okay, I can do that. I don't know why we need the shared chat. He's not in here, so I can't activate it until he rejoins. Let me get him back in. We need to re-invite him. Okay. Should be able to rejoin.
Sneaky ads. There's a good way to get rid of those ads if you're unaware. You can just go ahead and do they have to subscribe or do they have to just follow?
Yep. Or both and stuff and whatnot. With that said, I think it was an okay place to run the ad because we haven't had really much battles going on. Everybody's now with outside of a second of each other. Tony Danzig trying to get rid of his ads too, even though he's in the booth with me tonight. Thank you, Tony.
I just follow, and there's no ads with following. So once I subscribe, unless I do run an ad free.
You did a prime sub. There you go.
I run an ad blocker though.
Yeah,
so
you're
maybe
not gonna
that's
say Andrew
why.
Casey's got a yellow flag again. I don't know what happened with him, but he's backed off of everything here. We've only got 2 battles left on track right now. Ooh, I say that. We got 3 technically. Zach Schneider still trying to catch up to Russell Harrell ahead.
You know,
Case
Russell's
says
gotta be happy right now.
Yeah, Russell's happy, but he's stressed. Has Zach right behind him.
Oh yeah.
But with that said,
Steady spot to be in.
Waleda is starting to catch up now as well. To James Kosovoon ahead. And then way in the back, the battle between Allenson and Devin is still going. Everybody else is kind of outside of each other. Little bit of poking noses within a second of each other. Between Burr, Martinez, Yates, and Banning. We got a
I'm gonna
huge
keep
gap.
an eye on the leaders.
We got a huge gap for P14. Wes Jones is in 13th, and then Mark Miller's all the way down in 14th, but 11 seconds off. So let's move up to these 2 lead drivers. Looks like we saw Harrell off track for just a moment.
Kicking some rocks at Zach.
And he said, Zach, you need some rocks. Got a bumper cam. Oh, that's a different bumper cam. Okay, I was just seeing what these other cams were. Nothing major here.
I still think my favorite is the wing cam. The SRO wing cam is way better too.
I love the SRO wing cam. I like that one a lot. But unfortunately, I cannot use it because that app has crashed. So I think most of this crashing has to do with the Race Lab stuff. All of the stuff you're seeing on screen. So with that said, while we've been chatting, there's been some closures to Martinez from JJ Burr, fighting for 8th place, it looks like. JJ. And get closer and closer to Martinez.
Jeff's excited about the race.
I hear Jeff barking. Lightly, but he's barking. JJ closing in to Martinez ahead. He may have a good, yeah, looks like he had a really good exit. Gonna have the draft with that. He's gonna tuck to the inside. We'll have to see. They're coming up to the braking zone now. He's not gonna move to the inside.
Zach's getting closer on Errol. Right on his bumper now.
Definitely trying to close that gap. These guys in the same exact car, so performance is nearly the same. It's just driver ability at this point. Chase in chat saying, Jeff.
Jeff! And that's Jeff with the PH, so everybody knows because he is special.
He did spell that correctly. So, yep, we're good to go. Zach Schneider is having a hard time trying to get around Russell Harrell. He has not really been able to get up onto Russell Harrell at any point here. The closest we saw was him through turn 1 of this lap. So, looks like Tonkin was able to get around Dwyer for that 16th or that 15th place position. So, we may see some more position changes as the race progresses. JJ Burr closing the gap to Martinez. Up the hill they go through turn 7. You see Martinez being kind of defensive here. James thinking about, JJ thinking about poking his nose in. He's not going to do it. Ooh, he's closing the gap up enough, though, to make me quench up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's close.
I meant clench. I said the wrong word.
Happens to the best of us, Jeremy.
Yes, it does. But if you quench by clenching, you're doing a good job. JJ's keeping that pressure on Martinez as they come through turn 10 now. Finishing out their lap 10. Got approximately 6, maybe 7 more laps. 12 minutes remaining. You can see JJ going side by side here. Great exit by him.
Great exit, yep.
Down the hill into turn 1 now.
Hold that inside
Able
line.
to get the overtake done prior to turn in. However, Martinez may have the better run on the exit. Looks like he might. Yes, he does.
Straight.
Up the hill they go. Woo. JJ. Ooh, I do have a different cam. Okay, so my other cams are still things. There we go. My passenger cam, you can see. So these cams were just saved and overwritten. Got it. Understood. Now I know how they work.
Martinez
good.
off track just a little bit, but
It's okay.
gonna lose that
That's going to
gap
allow
that he's
Burr to get
getting.
around, but now Ramos is on Martinez's tail here as they go through turn 5 down the hill into the boot. Zach Schneider keeps falling off of Russell Harrell. You can see how far off he is now. I want to check this other camera here. Where's this other hidden camera? There it is, driver. Okay, so I've got.
Oh no! We just had Ramos hit Martinez.
Well, I'm going to back it up and see it because I just missed it. I want to see exactly what you saw. It looks like they were.
Little tap-a-rooney.
And it looks like they came out of turn 6 into turn 7. And then, yep, right into Martinez. Martinez was sideways there.
He did wait and let him get that position back.
Yes, he did. That has allowed Willems to get between the two of them now, though.
Now, is this the Willems that we met?
This is Jake Willems, the one that we met out at COTA in real life.
Very nice.
Jake Willems is awesome. I'd like to see him and chat more and talk with him because he was a lot of fun to be around. So I'd like to just chat with him.
I was in a iRacing the other day, and someone was talking about how he's going to meet up all his race buddies to go hang out. And I was like, yeah, but are you cool enough to go watch a race while hanging out with your race buddies? I don't think so.
Are you cool enough to have your team name on a real-life car while going and watching those races?
Right?
That's what I'm talking about, man. So we Noobs R Us does have we have our logo on a real-life GR car. So the driver, Aiden Kirk, is awesome. And he is allowing us to have our name on his A-pillars. So if you watch the American GT challenge stuff, go watch that. Watch the GR cars and check out Aiden.
You'll see it there you'll see the Noobs R Us there on the A-pillar if you look closely enough.
Either side. My signature is on the right-hand side A-pillar on the R for the Noobs R Us. So if somehow the camera gets that close, you'll see my signature and you can forge it if you want to. With all of that said, the battles are still raging. No real major overtakes, it looks like. Yates is trying to put some pressure on Banning ahead for that 5th place. It looks like Banning isn't really getting into any bonks or tonkum bonking or whatever you want to call it. He's doing pretty good, not folding under that pressure. Yates does have Mike Burkhoff behind, and we all know Mike is very quick, but we may see Mike end up trying to go for an overtake shortly. Yates tucking in behind Banning. He's going to the inside for turn 1. He's not going to be able to put his nose in there. That was
he tried though.
Fortunate for Banning, unfortunate for Yates. He's still right on his tail. Up the hill they go through turn 3 and 4.
Doing very well in that Bentley.
No one is in a bonked up state. You're right about that. You're going to see this Bentley try and get an overtake done. You can see Banning being so defensive. That is almost too defensive. Luckily, nothing came of that, but he was so narrow there. I thought he was going to be in the wall for sure, but he made it stick.
Good defensive move.
Yep, and now he's pushed Yates back far enough that Burkhoff may try and get an overtake attempt done. This is exactly the kind of position that Banning wants Yates to be in. That allows him to breathe a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to be battling with that Ferrari.
Ooh, Jake Williams, yellow flag, completely sideways. My goodness, he's getting off the track backwards. Holy, I caught that last moment. I want to see what happened. We're going to back it up 15 seconds as he goes into the bus stop chicane and just bounces on the way out. Ooh. Luckily, no death for anybody there. That was a good job. I want to check out Zach Schneider here. This replay is about to finish, but he is 0.1 seconds right on the tail of Harrell as they come through the final corners. Is he going to get the run? He is not. He's just going to try and use the draft here. Russell Harrell. The SRO camera for the Aston is inside of the car. It's kind of a weird camera.
It reminds me of a Prius.
Ooh. Yates putting that pressure on Banning again. He was able to run away from Burkhoff. Side by side, in through turn 1. Too slow there. He's going to tuck right back in, but Burkhoff is going to be on his tail again. Burkhoff didn't get held up at all there, so he may have the run up the hill. May also have to lift up the hill to keep from running into either of these two drivers. This battle for 5th place has been raging for the last 3 or 4 laps.
Oh, update. Andrew Casey hit the wall pretty hard and is now sitting in the pits.
Oh my gosh! Manning sideways into the barrier. That was quite the freaking bonk there if I've ever seen it. I'm going to go to the helicam and back it up. I want you guys to see what happened here in the helicam view. Oh! Manning.
Oh, no.
And he's just decided to go to the pits. He must have had such severe damage. I don't know. I wouldn't have gone to the pits. If I was good enough, I would have continued on.
Yep.
But Yates
Probably
is able to run away
frustrated.
from that. My goodness. My sinuses are kind of jacked up still from the last couple of weeks. And when I yelled, it hurt my nose. I'm just saying. I hurt my nose while streaming, everybody. Allenson putting some pressure on Mark Miller for that 15th place. Up the hill they go. Towards the bus stop chicane. Mark is really narrow here. He's going to back out. That's the smart move there. Just tuck right back in behind. Devin Anthony's behind him. You can see the sun starting to set a little bit here. We go later into the evening.
We got 5 minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock.
Devin Anthony keeping that pressure on Mark Miller behind. Mark was likely to just give that position to Devin Anthony, knowing that he's out of practice. So we'll have to see what happens. Jack Schneider still not able to get around P1. I'm going to move up to him, though. It looks like he was going to go to the inside for the bus stop chicane. He keeps trying to trip up Russell. Russell, that WRT driver, really showing us what's up, putting WRT in the lead over the Noobs R Us drivers. In Zach's defense, I don't think he had a lot of practice. I think he joined tonight for the race and didn't practice, but I'm just trying to defend our Noobs R Us driver, okay? WRT is kicking our butts, and I've got to make up a reason.
Right. Well, I'll just have to beat up Russell after the race.
We're going in the last 4 minutes of tonight's race. Approximately another 2 laps or so, maybe 3. So we'll have to see how this goes. Looks like Zach has fallen off again. The battle for P1 is still on. James Kosoboon is happy in 3rd place, which is awesome to see him back and being in the top 3. So good to see him there.
Good to see him not bonk himself.
Yep. Oh, speaking of bonking, we got Nicholas Dwyer sideways as he comes out of the chicane. Looks like he was alone for that. We're not going to watch the replay on that. Looks like he just got slippy. Nicholas Dwyer's livery is pretty cool. It's got the old Nintendo stuff on it.
I'm watching Devin Anthony here, and I'm wondering, because I know he's recently started to try it. He's been working on his left foot braking. I don't know if he's doing it here tonight, but it's good to see him using the extra, trying to learn a new skill.
Yep. So those of you who don't know, Devin does have a physical disability, so he's not able normally to use his left foot. And he has a fairly severe limp and stuff too. So he was, for the longest time, just right footing, braking and gas. Oh! Misses braking point for a moment there. And so Devin trying something new, and it's good to see. So I'm hoping it's working out for him. Ramos putting on some pressure to Martinez ahead as they go up the hill through turn 4 now. Looks like Ramos does have the draft, but not the power to get around here into the chicane. So he's going to tuck in behind. Hopefully have a decent exit at the exit. Not quite.
Have a decent exit at the exit.
That's not what I meant. A decent run at the exit. Okay, leave me alone.
It's like using a word to explain the definition.
I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. Leave me alone.
I've been up since 5.
So we're on the same page then. But 6 o'clock was a lot further to go for me than it was for you. All right. Anyways, moving on.
I think. Well.
Nope. Don't even use that excuse. It's 9 o'clock for me right now.
Okay, it is only 7 o'clock for me.
Devin Anthony keeping that pressure on Mark Miller. The battles have started to fall off. You can see that track map. A lot more split up than it was for the the AM split at the end of their race. The AM split had 30-something drivers in it. It was awesome to see. We did have around 40 sign up, so, or I think 30-something signed up. I think almost everybody that signed up was here. So,
Heck yeah.
back up to Ramos and Martinez as they come through the final turn. This should be the final lap here. If I'm looking at this right, Russell, Harrell, and Schneider coming into the final sector now through turn 6. So, ooh, Schneider right on Russell's tail. You can tell Zach is starting to get kind of aggressive as they go into their final laps. Zach going really wide, trying to get the better exit out of turn 7.
He's got it.
Yes, he does. He's going to go side by side. Russell kind of trying to pinch him here. He's still going to be side by side. Very narrow for both these drivers. Zach trying to get back on the racing line. Is it going to happen? Zach's on the inside. Overtake complete. He's going to be slightly defensive. There we go. Zach
Russell's got the exit.
was able to get around Russell. 30 seconds left. There is still going to be another lap, everybody. Russell still has the chance to get another overtake. You can see Russell's aggressiveness as he goes just a little bit more wide than Zach in nearly every corner at this point.
Leaders on
Final lap. The
You see
race
them
for
both
first
in
is still on.
You see them both in the Aston Martin. I do believe that they're running the car because they are going to be participating in the 24 hours of noobs in the Aston Martin as well. Teammates.
24 hours of spa, you mean?
It's 24 hours of something.
Are they going to be teammates? I don't know what's all set up with that, so
I think they are teammates, yeah. But I want to say it's the Nürburgring.
it's something.
Nordschleife.
We'll have to look at it and see what it is. But Zach Schneider holding on to this first place as they go through the bus stop chicane now. Harold's just trying to tuck in and stay there. He's gaining a little bit through turn 5. Down the hill towards turn 6. See Russell kind of slipping and sliding. Going a little bit wide. Really wide. He's going to lose a lot of time because of that.
A lot of time.
Mike Burkhoff has lost a position to Yates through the chicane. I'm just going to point that out really quickly. And then Mark Miller has lost a position to Devin Anthony. We caught those passes. Let's move back.
Say Devin Anthony finally made that pass.
To the
last
final
lap. You got to love a last lap pass.
Chase in chat says it is Spa.
Chase doesn't know what he's talking about.
Chase does know what he's talking about.
It's probably his dad typing.
It's the ORL race, I thought. Russell Harrell still trying to catch back up. He's not quite able to. Final 2 corners now. Ooh, you can see them both going really wide. They both get drive-throughs. It's not going to matter. They'll just get penalized after the race. Tonkin's got a Tonkin bonkin. P1 and P2. Zach Schneider. Tonkin bonkin. It looks like into the chicane for Tonkin. He's going to get back out on track and finish it up. James Cossaboon crossing the start-finish line in 3rd. Moleda in 4th. Yates coming around the final corner.
Tonkin stopped.
Yeah, he got into a bonk in the chicane.
He returned to the pits.
I think he may have been meatballed. Yates crossing in 5th. Mike Burkhoff right behind in 6th. JJ Burr is returned to Noobs R Us in 7th. Martinez and Ramos racing for that 8th place. Let's see what happens. Willems behind has got a yellow flag too. I'm going to quickly look back. It looks like he's damaged. Go back up to the front. Martinez holding off Ramos for 8th and 9th. Casey Swanseeker in 10th. Wes Jones.
Yeah. Ooh.
Wes Jones has Banning behind him. Banning is in 20th. Wes is in 11th. Willems in 12th. Dwyer 13th. 14th for Allenson. 15th for Devin. That'll round out our top 15. With that said, we do have post-race interviews to do. We do have our post-race thank yous to do. Thank you to our Patreon
Jeremy,
supporters.
I would also like to thank you for being here today. Thanks for putting up the stream for everybody to watch.
Thank you for being here today and joining me in the booth. We've got some kinks to work out with our applications. I may change up our overlay just to see if that fixes it, because I think our overlays are messing with our times stuff and things. Resub from
not
James
gonna-
Casaboon in chat. Thank you for the resub.
I'm not gonna lie, I
Third
didn't even know
place,
we had a
James.
Patreon.
We do. We just opened a Patreon. With all of that said,
Tell me about it. What's it take to become a Patreon member?
you don't have to do anything to become a Patreon member. You can just go to our Patreon and hit follow. However, there are 3 different tiers, and it is solely just for you to donate to us. It allows you to donate directly to us without like Twitch or anything.
Collecting their
Collecting,
cash?
yeah, collecting half of what they, because subs, we only get half of that. So, there's 3 different tiers. I believe it's a 3, 5, and 10. $3, $5, $10, something like that, something really low. And right now, there's nothing to it other than thank you. And in the future, we may add some things. We may add, like if you're the max tier sub, you get free access to any prize pool races that we might have. So you don't have to pay to get into those. But we don't normally charge for any other series. It's very rare to see that. Whenever we're working with ORL, it's likely we will have a pay. You have to pay to get in. So that might be something.
At what level do I get the cheat codes unlocked?
You got to do level 5 for that, and we don't have that added yet. So, with that said, I'm going to pull in some of our podium drivers. I would like to try and get Glen in. If you would like to take over.
Yeah, absolutely.
And get those guys in and start talking to them.
Hello. Hola.
Hello, Nico. Hola. ¿Cómo está? Ladies and gentlemen, we have Nico here in the booth with us. We have Zach, Russell, and James going to be joining us here just momentarily.
Oh, Nico. I'm sorry.
I have a stand-up in Spanish.
Go down to yours and go do your Spanish one. Love you. Bye.
Yep. Bye-bye. I'll be back.
Bye-bye.
Right, Tony, sorry about that. Let's get these guys in here. I'm pulling them all in as we go.
Way to go. I'm giving a round of applause here for Mr. Zach pulling around that first place on the last lap. Let's go. We know Russell Harrow's hands were sweaty. Zach, tell me about your race today.
Man, I don't know how much of that you guys were watching, but
we watched a lot of it.
I probably went off the track at least 4 times. Hit the
we
wall
saw
once.
that. Yeah, we absolutely saw
that.
I was fighting it the whole time. It was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Coming in as the wild card.
You guys were battling quite a lot. With that said, Russell, you got second place overall tonight, but Zach is a wild card, so you did get first. Russell, how was it having Zach Schneider behind you for 99% of that final race?
Yeah, I think I lost like 20 pounds in sweat weight.
Yeah,
no, I was stoked to even be defending against Zach. So yeah, it was a blast. Of course, all it took was one mistake, and that was it. But I held on to it for 20 minutes, and I'm glad. And hopefully, the next race I can increase that record a little bit.
It was impressive to watch. We appreciate you being here with us. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
All right, James. James, it was good seeing you up there, not causing any self-induced accidents. Your race looked pretty good. Tell us about it.
I feel like I could have fought for podium or front, but I had bad quality. I got stuck in a battle early on, but very sketchily made it through into third, and it was fun from there. I had to hold off new guy. I'm not sure what his name is, but he seemed quite quick, and it was good fun. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I recommend going back and watching the, fight getting into the bus stop on, I think it's lap 3 or 4.
There's a couple accidents on the bus stop today.
Yep, there were some major accidents in the bus stop too. My goodness.
Oh,
there was
poor Banning.
no bus stop accident causing. It was just a little over zealous by some, and a little bit of unknowing what to do too wide to the bus stop. But I made the best of it, and here we are.
That's awesome.
Here we are.
With that said, I kind of want to jump out and talk to Glenn Jacobs because he has not come over here. I want to go over there and talk to him about his race because he got a podium in the AM split. So
yeah, he did.
Let's go. I'm going to go over to Wreck 'em Race Team Discord. We'll do that. Nico, if you'd like to join us, you're welcome to. I'm going to go over there and talk with Glenn.
All right, I'll hop in right now.
All right, I'm going to interrupt you guys right now really quick because we are live on Twitch. Is Glenn here? Glenn, are you here with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Glenn, we are doing your
let's
post-race
go!
podium interview right here. I want to talk to you. You got third place overall in race 1. How did you do in race 2?
Jumped the start and got a drive-through. Felt
That's what
like the
I'm talking about.
27th and drove up to 12th, I think.
All right, so you did make a good comeback in race 2, but your race 1, you ended up getting third. So
Yes, sir.
tell us about that. What did you do? How did you prepare for this? I mean, was it just luck of the draw? What happened?
Well, there were a couple of guys ahead of me that had some problems. Eric Metcalf had a problem with his computer, and Plunkett, I don't know what happened to him, but he was right ahead of me and he just dropped out. And I don't know, man, that Porsche was just flying tonight, and had a good battle. I forget the guy's name in the BMW. He and I traded 5th place back and forth, and I finally got around him and got up to 3rd. I was really, really happy.
That's awesome. We're happy to see you up in those podium positions. We'd like to see that continue, and see the WRT guys continue to get podiums. I know you probably heard by now, but who was it that we just watched? Russell, right? In 2nd place,
Russell,
Tony?
yep.
Yeah, so
Rusty,
he was
Zach.
in 1st place ahead of Zach the entire time, and then the last lap got overtaken. But how are you guys feeling? There's a bunch of people in this chat. I want to know how you guys are feeling about next week at Olton Park.
That's going to be interesting.
I'm a fan of Olton. That's
I like
for
Olton
sure.
a lot as well. A lot of scary racing at Olton. It's a very narrow track, especially for GT3. So
Narrow and windy with some hills.
yep, absolutely.
I prefer racing at Olton in like a GR86 or an MX5 or something like that, not necessarily a GT3.
We can just make sure that you have an extra BOP and you'll be fine. So
There you go.
with all that said, like I said, there's a bunch of people in this voice chat. Anybody in here want to say anything to the Twitch stream?
Just want to say thank you, Jeremy, for having this stream available for this whole community to be spotlighted, and for even dreaming up this whole rookie series. Thank you so much.
And
Well,
Tony.
Thank you for that as well. Thank you, Tony, for commentating. And I did make a mistake. We're not at Olton. I was looking at our GT4 series. Ninja Chase called it out in chat. He said it's Coda. No, it's not Coda. It's Imola. We're going to be at Imola next week, everybody. A much bigger track, a much safer track, and a lot more fun than you think it is. So Imola next week. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. With all of that
It's great
said,
to have such a large group on Quali. 30 people out on this track was fantastic to see. Some of the newbies making their way around the track, and finding your space was definitely tricky. It'll be fun to see what happens at Imola.
yeah, I'm excited for that too. I'm going to hand the stream off to SRA. We're going to host Sim Racing Alliance, another awesome community that our drivers race in. So feel free to go say hi to them. We're going to go raid them, get in there, give them the raid. And thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us on race 1 of the 8th series for our rookies. We're happy to be doing this.
Thanks for hanging out and being a part of Noobs Are Us. We definitely appreciate the viewers. We appreciate the drivers. We appreciate the broadcasters and overall the Noobs Are Us community.
You know who we
thanks for
appreciate? We
having
don't
me
talk
back.
about the stewards. We appreciate the heck out of the stewards. That's who we appreciate. With all of that said, I'm your host, Jeremy Cubbage, Tony Danzig in the booth, a bunch of the WRT drivers in voice chat with me. Nico Menendez doing our Spanish stream. Nico, thank you for that as well. We are going
You're welcome.
We're going to send the raid off now. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a great night.